Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Oh my God, man. I don't understand this. I do not understand this. The thing about Jake Paul is there's always a but to every guy he fights, right? Like he fights Tyron Woodley, but he's not a boxer. He fights Ben Askren, but he's not a boxer. He fights Nate Robinson, but he's not even a combat athlete, you know? Like just fight. If he fights a straight up boxer, people are going to give him a lot of credit. But at the same time, I get it, because this gimmick he's doing, if he loses, it comes to an end. And any guy with some technique, any guy with some muscle memory in the sport of boxing, he's going to put him away. So let's get into that then. Let's talk about it for a little bit. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. TMZ says, Mike Tyson says, no fight negotiations with Jake Paul. New to me. So I'm probably going to take that news more than I'm going to take that news more serious than I take all the other ones. Because there's other sources saying Mike Tyson in advanced talks with Jake Paul fight. Mike Tyson breaks silence on Jake Paul fight agreement. Tyson addresses $50 million Jake Paul fight claims. I'm going to take the one where they're quoting Mike Tyson. And if Mike doesn't know anything about it, is the fight really going to happen? I don't think so. I doubt it. It's probably just news. But let's go into the hypothetical realm and let's act like it did happen. What would happen in that fight if Jake Paul were to match up with Mike Tyson? Prime or no prime, Mike Tyson's still a bad man. Okay, you saw him against Roy Jones. He could still punch. And if there wasn't, I'm convinced there had to be some clause in there where they didn't let him hit Roy in the head, because the amount of body shots he was going for where there was so many openings to the head and there was so many times Mike just could have put him away by just hitting him with straight rights or a jab. It was sketchy to me. So, yeah, if they let Mike go all out on Jake Paul, they actually let him throw punches to Jake's face. They say, you can knock him out. It's probably going to be an exhibition, but it's a boxing match. You can knock him out. Go 100%. It's going to be a bad night for Jake Paul. And you know what's funny about this is the guy's not a real legitimate boxer. But if you ask me who I thought was going to win before the second Tyron Woodley fight, sorry about that, I'd probably say it would be a little tougher to call, but I'd still go with Tyson. Now I will tell you 100% it's going to be Mike Tyson. You want to know why? Go watch Jake Paul's second fight against Tyron Woodley. I don't even have to explain it. That fight before Jake knocked him out, where Tyron said he dropped his hands, that was a pitiful fight. I mean, from any standpoint you want, from an entertainment standpoint, from a tactical boxing standpoint, it was a bad fight. It was a poor boxing display. It just looked like rookie shit, honestly. And I'm not claiming to be a great boxer. Jake Paul would beat my ass. I don't box. But I'm saying put Jake Paul in there against a comparable boxer, someone who's been doing it for a decent amount of, someone who is at least a professional boxer, whether he's 3-0, 4, whatever. Put him in there against Jake Paul, and you're gonna find out real quick, unfortunately, But credit to him. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's getting the big money fights, and I don't even mind it. The way I see it is, if you were in his position and someone told you that all the things he did, if you do, it's going to make you just as successful, would you do it? I'd be hard pressed to find someone to say no, for all that money. You got to give him the credit. But Mike Tyson would knock his block off if they fought. Let's be real. Mike Tyson still has power.